Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Ipe and I've been building the local lead generation business for the last 8 years. And in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 6 critical mistakes that people make in this business so you can avoid it. Local lead gen is one of the best ways to create passive income on the internet. Basically, build and rank simple websites at the top of the Google search engine, and it generates leads for local services like your plumber, pool cleaners, tree care companies, junk removal, and 50 more niches that you can go into. The first mistake that people make is not building fast enough. What I mean by that is not every lead generation website that you're gonna build is gonna get a client or even make a lot of money. Sometimes these sites might make $300 to $400. Sometimes it makes $700. Sometimes even up to $2,000. You never truly know, even though we teach you different parameters to look at. You never truly know until you actually build it. Some of the issues that you might run into are even if you're getting leads, there might not be enough hungry business owners in the area. We do teach you some ways to avoid that situation, such as there's at least 10 businesses that are servicing that area. Also, there's also businesses paying for paid traffic, because if they're paying for paid traffic, you know that there's business owners that are willing to pay for leads. There's other places that you can look at, such as Home Advisor, Thumbtack. If there's businesses on there buying leads, there's a high likelihood chance if you get a website generating leads that you're gonna start to get paid. But because you don't know 100%, if you build just 1 to 2 websites and you wait 2 to 3 months until they rank and those don't start to turn into profits, you have to spend another 2-3 months, build a few more lead gen sites to see if you're gonna start getting paid again. That is too long of a time to wait. This is why in our new training, we recommend all students to build 10 lead generation sites. Now, of all the years that I've been doing this business model and all the different live events I've gone to, and I've talked to all these different students, anytime a student has built at least 10 lead gen sites, they are definitely making money. So that's one thing that I want you guys to understand, is that entrepreneurship is, a lot of it is about contact sport. For example, if you're in sales, the more prospect that you talk to, the higher likelihood you're gonna close that deal. What's nice about local lead gen is if you close 1 to 2 deals, that could be extra $2,000 of passive income in your pocket every month. So it is really worth building 5 to 10 lead gen sites right from the beginning, because even if you fail 50% of them, if 50% become long-term passive income streams, then that's gonna build momentum and you're gonna be able to use the new income stream to build even more lead gen sites out there. So build as quickly as possible. Whereas if you build too slow or too few and few of them don't succeed, then you just wasted a lot of time, and time is something that you can never get back. So building too slow is one of the biggest mistakes that new students can make in this business. Number 2, not following the steps and not doing the entire process A through Z at least a few times on your own. You see, one of the models that we have in our training is follow the process, trust the process, because each step of the process is specifically designed to work in conjunction with each other. So you're not just building a website, you're building a bunch of different other pages on top of that website that power each other up. So if you skip the process or you decide on your own that one part of the process is not as important and you start skipping processes, and then begin to wonder why you're not ranking after 2 to 3 months. And we've had many students that gone and reviewed what they've done and try to cut corners. If you're baking a cake and if you skip a step, it could be the difference between that cake rising and not rising at all. Especially as a newbie, you don't know what you don't know. So it's very important to follow the process, despite the fact that you might think that you've done digital marketing before. What we do in local lead generation, this model is specifically designed to be able to rank websites in the local search engine, which operates a little bit different than ranking a blog. So it's important to do all steps of the process, get the rankings, go close some deals. In the future, if you decide that you don't like to write content and you can hire it out to somebody else, if you've done the process yourself at least a few times, you can properly train that person how to do it correctly. The wrong approach would be to jump through the training and pick on part and skip processes that you don't think is important, and you try to hire somebody else to do that part of the business, and you can't even properly train that person because you never truly done it yourself. If you prove to yourself that you can actually do this entire process, you're gonna have that much more confidence in this business model, and you're gonna be that much more confident talking to business owners about what it is that you do. And that confidence in this skill set is only gonna come through you actually doing it, you actually learning the skill set. Guys, get into this business not just to make a quick buck, but get into this business to become the best lead generation guy or gal, because when you become the best, you get paid the best. And business owners will be able to tell, and it's gonna come through in your demeanor when you talk to business owners or when you explain to other people what it is that you do. Number 3, spending money on dumb things and not reinvesting in this business. So here's another major mistake. As soon as you start making some money in this business, a lot of people get excited and they buy a new car, or they go on more vacations, or they might move to a higher paying rent. But this is a major mistake, because even though local lead generation is one of the most stable income streams that I've seen, nothing is permanent, right? You can still lose a client. And even though if you have assets, you can replace that client with another client, it might still take a whole month before you find that new client for your asset. Business is never stable. The only way to ensure that your business is continually going to grow and you're not scared that you're going to not be able to pay bills is to continually build more digital assets. And in order to do that, you need to have some level of profit margin at the end of the month so you can reinvest into creating more digital assets. Because as long as you're creating more digital assets, it's going to ensure that even if you have some hiccups along the road, it's going to ensure that your income is continually going up. And so it's important to not increase your monthly budget on frivolous things, especially when you're first starting to be successful in this business. Because once you get that new car and now you have a new car payment, or once you move to a nicer place and you have a higher rent to pay, those expenses remain steady. It's very difficult to get rid of an expense once you up your lifestyle. It's challenging to move back to a lower monthly rent apartment. Your lease might be a whole year. It's hard to get rid of that new car you just got. So let's just say your income is starting to go up. You want to keep a healthy space between your monthly income you believe is gradually going up, and your expense should not be going up at the same level as your income that you believe is going up. Because in business, you think today that your income is going up at this rate, but something could happen where it could go down. Something might happen in your real life where your business has to slow down. But if you keep your expenses going up at an accelerated rate, there comes a point where your expense is gonna exceed your monthly income for that month. And that is where the stress begins as an entrepreneur. So do not make the mistake of increasing your monthly expense too soon when you're first getting started. I recommend not upgrading your lifestyle at all until you get to at least 10K a month of residual income with digital assets in this business. And this should become clear, especially when you understand that these lead gen sites, you might have to invest like a couple $100, $500 to build and rank the site. Once they rank and you get a client, they'll start paying you $500 to $2,000 a month of net profit. You're not gonna be wanting to spend money on dumb things. You're gonna be wanting to reinvest on building more of these digital assets out there. I remember when I first started becoming successful in this business back in 2015, I got a Chrysler 300, and that was a huge upgrade for me. But I waited until I got to 8 to 10K a month in this business before I started to get new vehicles or move to a new apartment. I personally have never had a month where my expenses became higher than my income, but that was because I was always had the attitude of continually reinvesting back into my business, meaning I would take majority of the profits for the month. I would build out more lead generation websites, and that ensured that my business continued to grow. I think the problem begins when you begin to take majority of your profits and you start spending on expenses outside of your business. Majority of your profits, you should focus on spending, reinvesting it back into your business. Number 4, not hiring fast enough. So this is another big mistake. Once you learn the process, you don't just want to be a lone wolf and just keep doing every step of the process all on your own, because you're gonna significantly limit the speed in which you can grow the business. It goes along the lines of reinvesting back into the business. I highly recommend you guys take some of the profits that you're getting from your new clients and trying to get a virtual assistant as quickly as possible. A full-time virtual assistant is very nice, but you can hire them from overseas, from countries like Philippines, and they can work for you for $4 to $7, $8 an hour. They can offload a lot of the workload off of you, which is going to free up your time to do more high income producing activities such as prospecting and sales. When you have VAs that's handling all the web building and the link building, it frees up a lot of time. And when you don't hire fast enough, you are not growing your business as fast as you could, because once you master every step of the process, there are parts of the business that is more income producing than other parts of the business. So the parts that are not as high income per hour activity, you want to hire out to virtual assistants, or you've seen a lot of students hire out their family members. That's going to allow you as the business owner to focus on more high income producing activities. I heard one individual saying a really good entrepreneur only does one thing one time, because once you learn that one thing, you can film a video on it and then you can train somebody else to do that part of the business for you. And this becomes a true major leverage point because now you are leveraging other people to grow your business, and you get to continually learn new skill sets that's going to allow you to further separate yourself from the competition. I no longer write content for my sites or do site design or upload pictures to my site. I have a whole team that does that for me. And because I was able to properly delegate all those aspects of the business, now it has freed up my time to go learn new skill sets in copywriting, sales, marketing, creating YouTube videos. This has allowed me time to continually grow my skill sets and effectively grow my income to newer levels. Okay, number 5 is getting lazy, neglecting your team, neglecting your clients. So once you get to 10, 15K a month, you get to a point where you have a team, you hired a lot of the business on your behalf, and it's very easy to begin to neglect the basics, the foundations. There's a saying that goes, don't take your eye off the things that got you to the dance, meaning neglecting the process, and also you're just relying on your team to do all the lead generation business for you. The problem with the team is they don't care about the business model as much as you do as the CEO. So if you neglect the team for too long, you will notice that your team may start cutting corners. You will notice that some of your team members are starting to get lazy, and you will notice that your results in being able to rank these sites is going to get worse and worse over time. So it's very important to not take your eye off the ball. If this business model got you to 10K a month, this business model can get you to 20, 30K a month. You just have to repeat that same process. The only thing that's going to slow that process down is if you start taking your attention and focus off the business at least once every few days. You want to check in with your team, and you want to provide some sort of guidance and checks and balance for your entire team, and also your client as well. Although a lot of the clients will become hands-free, you want to make sure that if your clients need help, reach out to you, you want to be on top of that. Do not underestimate the power of investing quality time, couple minute phone calls with your clients, and fostering, nurturing that relationship, because trust me when I say that it's going to pay dividends down the road. Because when your clients love you, they have no problem giving you referrals, and then you're building a clientele that's never going to leave you over the long term. At massive scale, we're talking 25, 30K a month. You're going to have a lot of clients. You're like a go-to person, like a general manager that oversee the entire business model, and he can also be point of contact for your clients. Or you just bring in a salesperson, he becomes the necessary contact person for all your clients. Number 6, the 6th mistake is getting shiny object syndrome. So it begins to happen is once you get to 15, 20K a month, you begin to feel like you're too good for this business model. Even though all you had to do is repeat that process to get to like 30K a month, you begin looking at things like e-commerce, Shopify, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. And I've done this exact mistake as well once I got to 10, 15K a month. And I dabbled with like affiliate marketing using paid ads. I dabbled with e-commerce, and it really slowed my progress down, because for that whole year I dabbled in different things, and sure, I made money with a lot of these different models, but they were never long-lasting income stream. And after a whole year of trial and error, I came back to lead generation as the most stable long-term income, and I doubled down on local lead generation. And so guys, I'm telling you right now, don't fall into the pitfall of getting into paid traffic, because paid traffic promises results overnight. Those are not long-lasting results. What you want to focus on is wealth creation principles 101, which says that you want to own your own income producing assets, which is local lead generation websites. That is your own income producing asset. Anything where you don't own anything, like being on a paid traffic platform where you have no assets, it's not long lasting. It's more of a fast money play, which can be fine if you're desperate for money. But if you already got to 10, 15K a month of residual income in this business model, you want to continually focus on creating more and more assets that you own and control. Alright, so I hope you guys like that list of the 6 key mistakes to avoid in the local lead generation business. If you're interested, I have a link in the description where we have a coaching program of over 7,000 students. We've been coaching this business model since 2014, and we have the entire business model laid out in a simple step-by-step process. We're highly confident that no matter your background or how many online business models you've tried and failed, that we can take anybody with any personality type and make them successful in the lead gen business. And in my personal opinion, this is the best business that you can start on the side while you're working a 9 to 5 to be able to build enough income for you to walk away from your 9 to 5 for good. We have so many testimonials of students that were able to quit their job. So click on the link on the description. I have a really high level webinar that explains to you exactly what this business model is, exactly who we are and how we discovered this business model. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and ask me any questions you have in the comments. I will be personally answering those questions. And subscribe to the channel. We're going to be dropping more valuable insights like this, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.